Hey guys, I'm Tom Downey. Look who finally joined me. It's Mitchell Renz. You can follow him on Twitter at MitchellRenz365. I am on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. We'll move now to our live Q&A portion of the show. So use hashtag NFL in the comments if you guys want your comments, questions, whatever, featured live on the show. We'll start things off here with Jeff Rodgers, one of your guys, Mitchell, who says, with all of their free agent moves and the completion of the draft, which Raiders veterans are most likely to get cut?
I was actually probably going to lean, I wasn't going to say veterans, but I think when you look at a running back, I was probably going to say DeAndre Washington, but then you see the injury to Isaiah Crowell, then you're looking at some other wide receivers that could potentially get cut.
I think J.J. Nelson's is on the block.
J.J.
He wasn't
Nelson
guaranteed much.
Person. Yeah, now that they went out and got Ryan Grant, the fact that they invested in Hunter Renfrow in the draft. I'm trying to think of some other players off the top of my head here for the Raiders, but nothing's really coming to mind.
I think receiver and back seem to make the most sense there.
Yeah.
Just
probably.
from a pure numbers game perspective.
Maybe one of the quarterbacks like Nathan Peterman. Is he a veteran? I'm not quite sure. How he's still even on a roster? I have absolutely...
Well, he doesn't even count.
I have no idea. Zero. All right, let's go to some ninja here. What you got for me, AK Ninja 26314? What's up with Seahawks and Ezekiel Ansah? Do you think him and LJ will be a great fit, and you kind of replaced Frank? Agree or disagree?
Maybe.
Can you replace Frank Clark?
Not in year one.
Yes.
I don't think there's any way. I don't think you can get 10 to 12 sacks right away from LJ Collier from somebody else. So I think from that perspective, don't set the expectation at LJ Collier. Set the expectation more of, if you can get Ziggy for all 16 games, maybe.
Sure.
But he's always hurt.
With Ziggy Ansah, it is a coin flip, and I think it's funny because a lot of people got mad at me, and heck, Theor Whitehead tweeted back at me, clapped back at me a little bit when I said, I don't know if I want Ziggy. Because there was something was supposed to come out with his injury, how he's feeling on April 12th. That has really, I haven't really heard much about it. Has anyone? No. Why? Probably because it's not looking so good for Ziggy Ansah. So, great player, but you got to be on the field in order to play.
Yep.
No? Okay. Buccaneers fan 202. Do you think with the current roster, Tampa will go from worst to second? Saints are obviously getting first. I still think that division is way too good.
I think the Falcons are still kind of that second best option there as well, but I think maybe I think you can beat the Panthers if things go right. I think that could be an option there.
If Cam Newton is not healthy whatsoever, then yes, you could potentially be looking at an option there where they could slide up. But I still think the Falcons, a team that was super banged up, a really interesting stat about the Falcons, 13 of their 16 games this year are in a dome, are indoors. That offense is much better in a dome. So I think that's a pretty interesting thing. Also, I mean, Steve Sarkisian's not there anymore, so I would imagine the offense would be a little bit better. I'll still take the Buccaneers to finish last in the South. What do you guys think? Who's going to finish last in the South? Let's see it. All right, next question is going to come in from Zachary. Let's see what we got. Do you think the Patriots trade for a tight end or keep their current tight end depth? Tom?
I think it makes a lot of sense to go explore some more tight end help there. I don't know if that's the route they're going to go. I was kind of surprised they didn't take somebody in the NFL draft. I thought that would make a lot of sense for them. I know that maybe if the board didn't fall the way they wanted when Fant went off the board earlier, but I think from the Patriots' perspective, you can at least explore. And I find it funny they traded away Jacob Hollister. It wasn't going to make the roster anyway, I didn't think, but that was a funny move on their part. So from the Patriots' perspective, I think they should explore the market. If anyone makes the most sense, I think Kyle Rudolph is the best option there for the Patriots.
I think Kyle Rudolph with the New England Patriots would be a lot of fun. You never know what the Patriots are quite going to do. I think he's owed $7.3 million. So we'll see what the Patriots do. It's kind of always a coin flip with them. Speaking of money, all right, Bob Money, what you got for me, homeboy? Will Suh get signed this season? And if signed, what team? I mean, yeah, he's going to play.
Someone will sign him. I actually think, Bob, your favorite team makes quite a bit of sense as well, the 49ers. Now, maybe you have to trade away Solomon Thomas or Eric Armstead just to make it work, even A, from a financial perspective, but B, from a snap count perspective. So I think from that perspective, you can bring him in as kind of your one technique, kind of more of that nose guard role. I think that makes a lot of sense. Someone else mentioned a good team in the in the comments earlier, and I forget who that is, but there are plenty of teams out there that I think make a lot of sense for the 49ers, or for Suh. I think the Niners would be the most fun option if they just want to keep investing in that defensive line and make it stupid good.
I think somebody commented and then he said, forget it. That's why I deleted it. So if you guys are watching us right now, make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already are. Please do. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. You guys want a shout out? How about this? Type S in the comments section while we get this next one coming in from Savage Bros. I'm going to look down here in the comments section. I'm going to give some shout outs out. Do the Falcons have enough cap to sign Ndamukong Suh?
In a bubble, yes, they can make that work if they want to. But if Suh wants like $7 million, $6 million, $8 million, that might cut into your ability to re-sign Grady Jarrett. So at that point, I don't know if they're going to be like, yeah, let's sign Suh and then possibly run the risk of not retaining Jarrett long term. So after they get Grady Jarrett done, after they get, I assume, an extension for Julio Jones done in the near future, maybe then you could revisit it. But the salary cap is a myth on a micro level, but on a macro overall level, it does impact what teams do in the NFL.
All right, let's give out some shout-outs here. Michael Grudkowski, a.k.a. Ninja, Jeff Rodgers, Alfredo Perez, Tony Balownee, Roy Haynes, Brad Noble, Sups, Evan Hildring, and let's see, Red Light. What's good? Make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. And if you know friends who aren't subscribed, tell them to get with the freaking program here, people. All right, Cowboys fan, 1973, the year Tom was born. Anything on the word on the NFL and Crawford?
Nothing new on Tyrone Crawford yet. I'm sure the NFL will take its good old sweet time. And if we're being honest here, the Tyrone Crawford situation, far lesser on their radar right now than the Tyreek Hill one. So we'll update you when we hear stuff, but for now, we'll see. You're so bad with names.
Looking in the comments section, apparently I absolutely slaughtered Michael's name. You guys know that I'm not very good at reading. Piso Too Chill. What's going on? Do you think my Broncos will trade for Darren Lee or sign Zach Brown? I think Darren Lee's an interesting player.
I think Lee could make some sense.
They like their speedy linebackers.
Yeah, a little bit different than maybe what Vic Fangio has wanted at times in the past. But Darren Lee, I think he gets traded kind of like the safety a couple years ago. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Calvin Pryor to Louisville. That the Jets traded away for like nothing. In the preseason. I think that could happen here with Darren Lee. Zach Brown's also an interesting name. I think Denver wants to kind of give Josie Jewell a chance to be that number one guy, but they could definitely use some more depth, and there isn't that true impact linebacker that Fangio's had in the past.
All right,
on the interior, of course.
Let's take a look now at Evan's Hildring. Where do you put your Hildring?
How do you get Hildring out of that? Are you doing that on purpose?
Yeah, all I wanted to see is a ring with a D.
That's Hildring.
It could be Hill-D-Ring. Why did Gerald Willis go undrafted? Because no teams drafted him.
Yes. Well, Willis had off-the-field concerns. If you haven't watched our undrafted free agent videos, go do that, Evan. It's on the channel right now. He had off-the-field concerns, going into the draft. He got into a fight with Skyler Morningweg that apparently knocked him out. And then, of course, Morningweg, the former OC of the Ravens, where Willis ended up signing, or son of the OC of the Ravens, excuse me. So off-field stuff at Florida, took a year off from football at Miami. There were maturity concerns. Then he was late to some of his meetings at the Combine. That's a big concern for teams. So Willis did not, help alleviate those off-the-field concerns, only exacerbated them at the Combine. That's why he went undrafted.
Awesome comment here coming in from, now, that was great. Sup, Chat Sports. Y'all always doing a good job. My man. Much appreciated. Troy True Blue. Why don't the Cowboys sign a backup quarterback? Yeah, I'm getting loose, Tom.
You can't throw anymore. Your arm's shot from your minor league in Germany baseball days. The Cowboys don't seem to value the position like others do, and right or wrong, I kind of lean more towards wrong, they seem to trust Cooper Rush or at least Mike White at the backup spot. But it's not the way I'd operate, but that's how they're choosing to do so.
Bring back Tony Romo. Who says no? We got more questions rolling in here. Make sure you guys are using #NFL to get your comments live on air. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, again, use #NFL. And you see that follow down there? Go give Chat Sports a follow on Twitter @ChatSports. Evan, my man, bringing his D-ring back. What will happen with Byron Jones after this season? Evan, your caps are on.
I think Jones in particular could be a franchise tag candidate for the Cowboys. I assume they're going to get something done long-term with with Dak Prescott. They're going to get something done there with Amari Cooper. That leaves Byron as their top unrestricted free agent. The cornerback market, I think, right now was a little bit underutilized. I think that someone's going to reset the market. Byron Jones might try to be that guy if he plays well as he did early last year, but he's coming off the hip injury. That's going to be a red flag early in the year. So I like Byron Jones a lot. I want him to move the corner for so long. They finally did that. If he plays well again, I think Rashard's going to say, no. Keep my guy. This is the guy that I want super bad.
All right, before I go to this next comment from Callie, I want to give some people some shout-outs who are watching us on Facebook. Cody Wenger, Kuriam Herrera. If I butcher your names,
he's bad with names.
Butcher mine. It's fine. Matt Crozier. What's
Mitchell
going
Renz.
on? Alfred Reed, George Russell, Ian Alexander, Carteris. Thank you guys so much for watching on Facebook. All right, Callie, this is my dude here. Who will be the Raiders' starting running back? I think it has to be Josh Jacobs. I think you might have been able to kind of make an argument with Isaiah Crowell, but now that he's gone, you don't draft a running back in the first round for it to not be Jacobs. Like, I get that there's a lot of people out there, well, he didn't start at Alabama. Well, he's never had over 700 rushing yards. Like, it's okay, people. He's a really good running back, and the Raiders don't really have the greatest running back depth chart.
Nope.
Speaking of the Raiders, though, if you guys like the Raiders, make sure you guys subscribe to the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Tony Balownee, what you got? Trade Karl Joseph for Jadeveon Clowney in a heartbeat. But I think somebody...
What else are you including?
Hey, Tom, that's all it says. You tell me, Joseph for Jadeveon Clowney, I think you'd have to be trading with the Clown in order to do that. They'd obviously have to give up a whole lot more.
I think you're probably starting with one of your first-round picks.
What do you guys think? Karl Joseph, first-round pick for Jadeveon? Actually, I might not mind that one all too much.